Here we stand in Dartmouth's Memorial Stadium. This stadium is dedicated to the veterans killed in action. Tonight, we are here to memorialize those who have been killed in the war of addiction. Tonight is an evening to remember without stigma those who have died from an overdose and acknowledge the grief of the family and friends left behind.
Thank you all so much for showing up today. It means more than you could ever know. I'd like to start with a poem that I wrote a few mornings ago for my sons. There were mornings much like this. I rose before the dawn, not by choice, mind you, but little voices calling, "Mama, Mama." I'd stumble bleary-eyed and sleep-deprived into a room, toys strewn about, a Lego here, a dino there. One to my right with golden hair, a grin so wide and sleepy-eyed, and to my left my heart would heft, my fire-headed, fire-tempered boy. Those days went on and some would say, "It passes fast, enjoy these days." And I'd laugh at such a thought, for then the days were long. But oh, what I'd give for one more day, no, one more hour, no, even one more minute. I'd wake at dawn without so much as a yawn, and I'd run down the hall, swing wide that door, and there I'd sit upon the floor, my arms wrapped round my golden boy and my fire-headed son, and oh, to hear once more, "Mama, Mama." I've wrestled this week with what to share today. I've gone back and forth with stepping down and not telling my brief story. Sometimes I'm so afraid to talk about it because I feel like I may lose my mind if it's true. But it's true. It's so very true. On March 5th, 2017, my life was changed forever. Our son Caleb, who would have been 30 today, overdosed. The call came at 6 a.m., waking me in a panic. All we knew at that point was that he'd overdosed, and for a few minutes I held out hope that he was okay. But then there was the knock at the door, and there stood a young police officer. As he said, "I'm sorry," I just remember saying over and over, "I knew it, I knew it, I knew it." I've learned since to live with my grief, and my life has somehow formed around it. On March 14th, 2023, just a few months ago, again at 6 a.m., I woke to several missed calls from my son's girlfriend, Laura. In a panic, I called her back, and she answered, screaming that she couldn't wake him up. When I got to her house, there were several police officers there. And a few minutes later, an officer came up to us, and my heart just dropped. "I'm so sorry," he started to say, and I started to scream and cry. And I said, "No, no, not my Maxie too," and I banged on the counter. How can a mother survive the greatest loss twice? There was no way I could do this, and yet, here I stand. Sometimes just barely. And sometimes I want to raise my fist and I want to fight. I fight this demon who steals fathers and mothers from their children. I fight for moms like me who buried their children way before their time. My boys wanted nothing more than to live a normal life, free of drugs. They fought like hell to the end, and I'll fight for them now. I've survived these days because of my faith in God, and some would ask, how can I still believe? And I would ask, how can I not? Because if what I know to be true about heaven is real, then I'll see my sons again. And someday I'll step into heaven and I'll hear my favorite word, "Mama," and I'll hold my boys once again. Thank you.